Please subscribe, like and share and press the bell icon to get notifications. Hello everyone, welcome to my channel Rise Up, and today I am going to teach you the lesson decimals, and this lesson will cover all the basic parts of decimal. Well, in this lesson I'll be teaching addition of decimals, subtraction of decimals, multiplication of decimals, division of decimals, and we'll be discussing the conversions of fractions to decimals, decimals to fractions, decimals to percentages, and percentages to decimals. So all these parts will be covered and discussed in this video, so watch it until the end. Right, and here they has given a 25 number 25.386. So this is a decimal number, and you can see that between the numbers 25 and 386 the decimal point is placed. Since the decimal point is placed, when you are reading this number you should read it as 25 point, and after the decimal place the numbers after decimal place should be read as single numbers like this: 25.386. And the numbers before decimals, that means 2 and 5, are known as tens and units. They are in the tens place and units place. And the numbers after decimals 386 are tens, hundreds and thousands. Okay, now we are going to see addition of decimals. I have taken a set of numbers 12.6, 4, 0.24 and 100. So first of all, what I did, I arranged these numbers according to the decimal points in the linear way. All decimals came under one under the other. And now first of all 12.60, we had to read it as like that. And that 0 came because it has no value there. 4 also has just a 4 number, single whole number. So the remaining set of numbers are 0. And I have placed the decimal points exactly under the same way. So 4, I wrote 0.24 is the next number. There 0 is placed before the decimal and 2, 4 are placed after that. Here also I have arranged according to the linear way of decimals. So then 100 is just a whole number. So I wrote 100, and after 100 decimal, just like 4, place the decimal point, and after 100 everything is 0 because it has no value anyways. So now we are going to add this. So I put the addition mark and I'm going to add this. So right, 0, 0, 4. So when you add 4 to the 0s, it's 4. 6 plus 2, it is 6 plus 2 is 8. So I write 8. And now we had the decimal point. The decimal point exactly comes under the same linear way. So I place it 0.84. Now I'm adding 4 plus 2 is 6. And 1 plus 0 is 1. So yeah. Then again the next one I'm writing. So what is the answer? 116.84. You have read it as 116.84. 84 should be read as not 84. It is 84. So this is the way of doing addition of decimals. Now have a look on this example. 56.39 plus 18.61. Now first, what did I do first? First you have to line up these numbers according to the decimals. So see, all the decimals are one under the other, and when you are adding them you have to just add them just like the normal numbers. So we have to start from the behind. 9 plus 1 10, so 0 comes and 1 goes on top of 3, and 3 plus 1 is 4, 4 plus 6 is 10, 0 comes there and 1 comes up top of 6. 6 plus 1 is 7, 7 plus 8 is 15, so I write 5 and the remaining one goes top on 5. So 5 plus 1 6, 6 plus 1 7. So what is the answer? You get 75.00. You can read it as 75 as well. You can just read it as 75, or else you can read it as 75.00. Since the 0 has no value, we can just read it as 75. So I guess you have understand addition of decimals is very simple. So don't worry, subtraction of decimals is also very similar to this and very easy. Okay, now let's move into subtraction of decimals. For this I had to take two set of numbers, 3.47 minus 1.59. So I wrote 3.47, and now I'm going to subtract 1.59 from that. I'm going to write the numbers from behind, 9, 5, and decimals come out one under the other, and 1.59. So I'm going to subtract this. So just use the subtraction mark for this and subtract. 7 minus 9 is impossible, so I take 1 from 4 and that becomes 17. The 4 become 3 since I took 1. 17 minus 9 is 8, so I'm writing 8 here. Then 3 minus 5 is not possible, so as similarly I take 1 from that 3, it becomes 13. 13 minus 3 becomes 2. 13 minus 5 is 8. I wrote it and decimals come one under the other. And next 2 minus 1, that is 1. So the final answer is 1.88. So this is subtraction of decimals, which is very similar to the addition of decimals. The only difference is the sign subtraction. And now let's move into another example, that is 12.15 minus 3.90. Here also, like the previous example, just you have to subtract. 5 minus 0 is 5. 1 minus 9 is not possible, so we take 1 from that 2 and it becomes 11. 11 minus 9 is 2, and that 2 becomes 1, so I take another 1 from there since I can't subtract 1 minus 3. So 11 minus 3 is 8, and the previous one, that the one which I took 1 from, it became 0 and it has no value, so 0 we don't want to write it, so the answer will be 8.25. So this is subtraction of decimals. Even multiplication and division also very simple like this. Let's see. Okay, now multiplying decimals. So let's see how to multiply decimals. I have taken 2.34 multiplied by 1.2. I'll be teaching two methods for multiplying decimals. So the first method is 2.34. You have to multiply from 1.2. So I'm writing this 1.2 here. Okay, here. Can you see? Just like normal addition, subtraction numbers. Then you are going to multiply now. Okay, so here, look at carefully how to multiply. 2 times 4 is 8. That number should be written under this 2. 2 times 3 is 6. So here, 2 times 2 is 4. 4. Okay. Now, 1 times 4 is 4. You have to write under this 1, not here. 1 times 3 is 3. 1 times 2 is 2. Don't place the decimal point. Now we have to add this. Let's add. 8, here 0, no value, so 8 comes. 6 plus 4, 10, 0, and that one comes here. 4 plus 1, 5, 5 plus 3, 8, then here again 2. Now you have to place the decimals. Now look at carefully this part. Where to place the decimals, someone might get confused. So in this 2.34 number, how many numbers are there after decimal? 2 numbers. In this 1.2 number, how many decimals are there after decimal point? 1 number. So altogether, how many numbers after decimal point? 3 numbers. So you have to place the decimal from behind. You have to come 1, 2, 3. Decimal should be here. Answer is 2.808. This is the method 1. Now let's talk about method 2. In the second method, I have written these two numbers in a different manner. That is decimals. According to decimals, all the decimals are under one line. So here, what I'm going to do, I'm going to multiply this. Anyway, here this value is 0. You don't want to put it actually. So 2 into 4, 8. 2 into 3, 6. 2 into 2, 4. So we have multiplied the upper numbers from 2. Now we are going to multiply the upper numbers by 1. 1 times 4 is 4. 1 times 3 is 3. 1 times 2 is 2. Now we are going to add this. Don't write the decimals, just add them. So here no number. Here 8. 6 plus 4, 10. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And here 2. Now we are going to place the decimal point. So how to place the decimal point? That is according to the number of decimal numbers after the point. So after this decimal point there are 2 numbers. After this decimal point there is 1 number. We don't consider 0 as a number because it has no value. So altogether how many decimal numbers? 1, 2, 3. 3 decimal numbers after the decimal point. So we are going to place, we are going to count from here 3. 1, 2, 3. Decimal point should come here. What is the answer? 2.808. So this was the answer that you got in the first method as well, and even the second method you get the same answer. So any method you can apply for multiplication. So here's just a summary of multiplying decimals. So they have say multiply like whole numbers, count the decimal places in the problem, then put the same number of places behind the decimal in the answer you are getting. So if there are 2 decimals and 1 decimal, altogether 3 decimal places, just like that. So now it's time for division of decimals. So I have taken the number 1.26 should be divided by 5. So let's divide. I'll just teach you how to divide this. First you have to write as normal division 1.26 and put the symbol dividing and 5. So you have to write it like this, and then now let's divide. So before we divide, first we have to check whether in this 1 how many 5s are there. In 1 are there any 5s? No. So put 0. 5 times 0 is 0. 1 minus 0 is 1. And take this 2 down. So it becomes 12. Inside 12, how many 5s are there? That means 5 times what gives you 12? 5 times 2. So now this decimal is there. Can you see? On top of that decimal, write the decimal here. So I said that inside 12, how many 5s? 2. 5 times 2 is 10. 12 minus 10 is 2. Take this 6 down. Now 26. In 26, how many 5s are there? That means 5 times what gives you 26? No, you don't get 26. You get 25. 5 times 5 is 25. So write 5 here. 5 times 5 is 25. Then 26 minus 25 is 1. Now, after this, there are no numbers given. Therefore, we are going to put a 0 here and take that 0 down and it becomes 10. Now, inside 10, how many 5s are there? That is 2 because 5 times 2 is 10. So, 5 times 2 is 10, multiply and write it here. 10 minus 10 is 0. Now, it is over. Now, since in this case, since we got 0, it's over. But sometimes you get overall division, like dividing, it goes on, the numbers goes on like that. So don't do that, just stop it by 3 or 2 numbers, that's enough. So just have a look on this. This says to divide decimals by decimals. So can you see 3.64 should be divided by 1.4. 1.4 is a divisor, 3.64 is the dividend. When you are given like this, don't get confused. In the divisor, you have to move the decimal point one step right. So it becomes 14. Then when you move the 1 point of the divisor, you have to move the decimal point of the dividend also another step, like same as the divisor. So then it becomes 36.4. Your final product is 36.4 should be divided by 14, and that should be divided as the method I taught you before. So this is about the division of decimals. Nothing at all hard. It's very easy. Understand the steps clearly and do more exercises and practice yourself. Everything will be fine. Now let's move into the conversions part. So first I'm going to teach you how to convert decimals to fractions. So let's see how to convert decimals to fractions, and then we move to the next other conversions. So when you are given a decimal to be converted to a fraction, what you have to do? For example, I'll take decimal number 0.4. So 0.4 is a decimal, and if you need to convert this into a fraction, what you have to do? First of all, you have to see how many decimal places are there. Only one. That means only one number after the decimal point. So it is only one decimal place. So since it is a one decimal place, you have to write it as a fraction of 10. 4 upon 10. Because 10 is 1 0, here one decimal place. So it's 4 upon 10. So this is a fraction. Another example. Let's take 0.04. Now how many decimal places are there? 1, 2. To make it a whole number, we have to move 2 times. 1, 2. So it is a decimal place of 2 decimal places. So we have to write it above 100. If it is 0.004, then 1, 2, 3. It is a 3 decimal place. So you have to write about 1000. So this is the way of writing decimals into fractions. And now let's see how to write fractions as a decimal. Fractions as a decimal. Let's take a fraction of like 2 upon 5. Now they are asking us to write this 2 upon 5 as a decimal. So what you have to do, first we have to check whether we can convert this denominator of the fraction into a power of 10. So can we convert the denominator of the fraction into power of 10? 5 times, does anything give the power of 10 like 10, 100? Yes. 5 times 2 gives you 10. So if you multiply the denominator by a number, the rule is you have to multiply the numerator by the same number. So what is the answer you get? 2 by 2 is 4, 5 by 2 is 10. So what is the fraction is given? Now we have to convert to decimal. 4 upon 10, again we got a fraction. To write this in a decimal, as I told previously, since 1 0 is there, you have to keep only one decimal place. You have to write the whole number and keep one decimal place. So it is 0.4. So let's go to the next example. Let's take another number like 6 upon 100. It's easy to write. since it is a factor of power of 10, it's easy to write. Just write the whole number 6, and since there are 2 zeros, keep 2 decimal, 1, 2. Decimal have to come here, put a 0 here, here. So what is the answer? 0.06. To make sure whether your answer is correct, just move 2 places and see. Just move 2 places, 1, 2. You get the whole number 6. So your answer is correct. So then let's try to move to the next part of the conversion. Now we converted decimals to fractions, fractions to decimals, and now let's go to move the about decimals to percentages. Decimals to percentages, right? Okay. When you are given a decimal, let's take like again we take 0.4. Yeah. 0.4 is a decimal, and I'm asking you to convert this 0.4 into a percentage. What you have to do? Same rule. Since there is only one decimal place, first of all write it as a fraction. Now already we have learned how to write it as a fraction, so we wrote it here. Then to convert to percentage, what is the next step? You have to multiply by 100, because percentage is always by 100. So when you write like this, by cutting off method, you can easily make this as a percentage. So 0, here 1 0, here 2 zeros. Cancel 1 0 with 0. So what is the answer? 40%, because 4 times 10 is 40. Answer is 40%. So this is the method of writing decimals to percentages. Similarly, the other factors as well, like not only the 10, if we take like 0.002. So what? First you have to write it as a fraction. How to write? How many decimal places you have to move from to make it a whole number? 1, 2, 3. So write the as fraction. 4 upon 3 zeros, so 1000. Then to make this as a fraction, what you have to do is 1, 2, 3. So 3. What you have to do is what you have to say multiply by 100%. Sorry, here number 2 is coming. Okay, so that's because of fraction of 2. Then since there are upper zeros, there are 2 zeros, and here down there are 3 zeros. So you can cut off. So what is the remaining? 2 upon 10 is remaining. So 2 upon 10 means, as fractions we learn 2 upon 10. So how to write those fractions as decimals we learn here. So 2 upon 10 how to write, since there's 1 0, just write the whole number and come 1 decimal point back, because since it's 1 0. So this is where to convert decimals to percentages. And now let's look into the last part of the conversion, that is converting percentages into decimals. So percentages into decimals, right? I'll take it here. Okay, this is also somewhat very similar to the steps above what we learned. If you know all these steps, it's very easy. So when a percentage is given, how can you convert that into a decimal? Let's take this 40%. I'm asking you to convert this 40% into a decimal. Before we convert this into decimal, you have to write this as a fraction. How to write a fraction? Since it is 1 0, or else we can say percentage means always above 100, because for your school you get marks like 30%. That is why, because 30 out of 100 you have to get 30. So like that you have to write 40. Out of 100 it's 40. So when you are writing a fraction, you can cut the zeros and make it as a single number, that is 0 with this 0, and what is the remaining? 4 upon 10. 4 upon 10 is a fraction. So if you write this as a 4 upon 10, since it is 1 0, what we did? We made it as a 1 decimal. We wrote the whole number first, and it's 1 0, so we came 1 decimal behind and kept the 0. That is answer is 0.4. So converted these percentages into a decimal. Similarly, if I take always percentages are out of 100. So if I take 35%, you can write it as 35 out of 135. So this 100. Now we can't cut zeros, but you have to know the multiplication tables. I know the grade 5s are always aware of multiplication tables. So through multiplication table we can cancel off this. How to cancel? Both these numbers are divisible by 5. 5 times what gives us 35? 5 times 7. 5 times what gives us 100? 5 times 20. So 7 upon 20, you get a fraction. So to get the decimal, you can use the division method. As I taught you the division method, I'll just do it here to show you the division method. I already taught that, but I'll do my working here. 7 upon 20. You have to divide 7 by 20. So in 7, there are no 20s, so 0. We had to put a decimal here to bring a 0 here. Inside 70, how many 20s are there? 3 20s are there. So 20 times 3 is 60. 7 minus 6 is 1. So 10. In 10 there are no 20s. So we'll take another 0 and take it here. That is 100. In 100 how many 20s are there? 5. 20 times 5 is 100. Now the balance is 0. Our answer is 0.35. So this percentage, 35% we can write as 0.35. Another easy method, without coming to this step, you can cover it up from this place as well. That is, since here there are 2 zeros, from this point you can move 1, 2, 0, 2 points, 1, 2, like that you can move 2 times and keep the decimal point. You will get the same answer, 0.35. So this is the way of doing conversions of decimals to fractions to decimals to percentages, and percentages to decimals. Please subscribe, like and share and press the bell icon to get notifications.